Hello, everybody. It's time once again for our nightly reading. Tonight is going to be a Monster Zeke, the Spooky Sleepover. Alright, it was a quiet morning at Monster Zeke. James P. Sullivan was looking over the monthly laugh report. Sully was the president of Monsters, Inc. Suddenly, the phone rang. "Hello, Sully," said. "It's dispatch," said a voice on the other end of the line. "A new little summer party at little Shannon Brown's house. Waxford is out sick. We need a replacement." Sully thought about whom to send. He wanted to put his best monsters on the case. He smiled to himself. Who better for the job than his friend Mike Wazowski? Mike could make anyone laugh, and he was top laugh collector at Monsters, Inc. Sully knew his best friend would be perfect for the choice. Mike was in the locker room getting ready for work when Sully walked. Look to explain the situation. "I'm your man," Mike said confident. "Great," Sully exclaimed. Whistling, he went back to his office to finish his laugh report. The room was full of kids. "Collecting laughs will be a piece of cake," Mike said as the door slid into his section on the laugh floor. Mike opened the door and walked in. Through the closet, it was Shannon Brown's room. It was empty. "Hello," Mike called. He looked around and peeked under the bed, but there was no one there. Just as Mike started walking towards the closet, he heard laughter. "All right, now we're talking," Mike said. Kids prepared to roll with laughter. Just then, a flash of light lit up the dark room, and thunder cracked across the sky. Mike jumped. If there was one thing that scared him, it was thunderstorms. Job or no job, he was going out there. Mike raced back to the closet, but when he opened the door, he was standing in a normal closet, no laugh floor. Mike realized that the lightning must have broken the door. He knew that he needed to find the summer party in another closet door fast. Heading into the dark hallway, Mike tried to follow the sound of laughter. The floor creaked spookily beneath him. Mike stopped and looked around. The wall was covered in creepy paintings of people. They all seemed to be staring right at him. "I've got to get out of here," Mike muttered to himself. Then he saw something that made him freeze in his tracks. Sitting at the end of the hall was a large furry creature with fangs. Thinking the creature was a fellow monster, Mike started walking closer. Relieved, suddenly the creature jumped on him, knocking him down. It wasn't a monster, it was a dog. "Ah!" Mike screamed. "I hate dogs." Mike pushed the dog off himself ran into a nearby room. The supper door was shut. He was safe for now. Meanwhile, Sully was working on the lab floor. Sully, floor manager, shouted, running over. Mike still hadn't returned from the summer party. When Sully checked the door, he found it wasn't working. Mike was trapped. Sully didn't like the idea of Mike being stuck in Shannon's house. He needs to fix the door now. He quickly brought in a maintenance crew. Together, the monsters tried to get it to open properly, but nothing worked. Sully and the monsters decided to try getting into Shannon's house using a nearby door. Finally, it made a click sound. It worked. Now the door would open into a different room of the house. Back in the house, Mike opened another door. It led into a bathroom. As Mike searched for a light switch, he tripped on a yellow rubber duck. Ouch, he said, as he went rolling across the floor like a ball. Finally, Mike crashed into a wall and came to a stop. Suddenly he heard giggling from down the hall. Mike did not like this assignment or this house, but as long as he was stuck here, he was determined to find the party. Lifting himself off the floor, he followed the laughter to a door. But when he opened it, the room was quiet. Slowly, Mike entered the dark side of the room. All of a sudden, the lights came on. Mike jumped. Shannon Brown and all of her friends roared with laughter. I thought Mike looked funny sneaking into the room. Arr! Mike was so scared he couldn't stop yelling at the moment. The closet door opened and Sully burst into the room. When he heard Mike screaming, he started screaming too. Mike jumped up in Sully's arms. The girls at the summer party laughed even harder. Big blue monster with purple spots hugging a little green one-eyed monster with one of its funniest things they ever saw. Mike and Sully smiled at each other. Then Mike jumped onto the floor, and they both took a deep bow. The kids cheered. Looks like our work is done, Sully said with a smile. He and Mike headed through the closet door and back to the lab floor. They had filled so many canisters with laughter that Mike was named top laugh collector of the day. I was never scared for a second, Mike said, hoping Sully would believe him. Neither was I, buddy, Sully replied, his big furry fingers crossed behind his back. Me neither. Thank you for coming along for tonight's story. We'll see each other again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.